Welcome, everyone. Exciting.
Yeah, we always look forward to this update. It's lovely sharing with everybody.
Should we wait till a minute past?
Yeah, I think we've got some more.
Yeah, you guys are very on time.
Mm-hmm.
There might be some people like me in Latin America.
Yeah,
people are never on time. So if you want someone to be on time, you tell them 45 minutes
Yeah.
before. But everyone knows, so they actually even turn up late.
Amazing.
Kind of
You're always very timely.
I try.
You are. It's lovely here today in Lancaster.
Hope the sun is shining for you, wherever you are. Even if you're in an office with no windows, you can make the sun shine from within.
You can, Ellie. And
Yeah.
speaking of which, we are on July 3rd, which is National Compliment Your Mirror Day. How sweet is that?
Compliment your mirror.
Your mirror.
Or compliment yourself in the mirror. It's just better.
So nice things. So
Right.
I think, we have a lovely, healthy number of people joining. Welcome. Thank you so much for coming along to our July product update. This session is all about our new features and our upcoming features in your accessplanit platform. So this session is being recorded and it is available on demand. So you can, of course, watch it back. Yeah,
a little bit after it's finished, then it'll be put later on today.
And then you can submit any of your questions via the Q&A. So, as I said before, this session is all about taking you through the latest functionality available on your platform and giving you a view of what's to come. So we will be kicking off with our new features. Let me just check. This is already on. Yes. So we will be kicking off with the new features from the last quarter. Elu will then be giving you a tour of what's to come on your next, your now, and your later. No, I said that the wrong way around.
Okay.
Your now, your next, and your later. And then we'll be going through any of your questions you have on the new functionality or the now, the next, the later at the end. So that's our agenda. So we will just very quickly introduce ourselves because we do have quite a few new faces joining us today. So I'm Helen. I'm one of the customer success managers and I work in the customer operations team. I lead the commercial management here at accessplanit. I've been with AP now just over 3 years. That's me.
And I'm Eleonora, or Elu for short, and I'm accessplanit product manager. So I'll be talking you through what's on our roadmap.
So let's get started with that new functionality, and I will try and not run over this time.
No, I'm timing you. I'm timing.
I know. We have a really big clock, but there's always just so much to say. So our spring release was applied to your live platforms towards the end of May. So you've already gotten your teeth into some of the features that we have released. There was a lot included in that update, but here are 3 of our headlines. So we had redesigning of the administration menu. We had the continue shopping button in checkout, and we had the custom fields help text. So the admin menu got a full refresh to make it easier to navigate. The pages available in your administration menu are now grouped in those clear, logical sections.
Love it.
It's
made my life so much easier.
It's made a lot of people's lives a lot easier. Each menu option has been given an updated description, so it's easier for you to see what pages are available and what to do what each of them are for. Additionally, I have a little GIF here. So you can use the new search option at the top of the page to quickly find the page that you need. So if you're looking for document templates, you can just search for documents, and like magic, it'll limit down the option of options for you on your page.
Lots of time saver that, rather than scrolling down that.
I mean, this is
already long list.
This is what we need. So on to our second feature. You can now guide your customers back to your website with this handy continue shopping button in the checkout. If your customers sometimes book multiple courses with you, this can be a big help, and encouraging to secure those additional bookings by, again, making it a lot easier. For your button, you can choose the label, the color, you can make it your own, and you can choose what it's linked to and what the customers are sent back to. So it doesn't need to be the web page that it came from. It can be anything that you need. If you like to add a continue shopping button to your checkout basket, that's one for your website developers. All they need to do is tweak your existing booking links by adding a bit of extra content to the end of that URL. We've got all of this written up on our knowledge base too, so have a look over that detail. Head over there to have a look. If you come into any difficulty, just give one of us a shout. We can send that over to you. You can now also make your custom fields much easier to understand by adding that built-in help text. It's a great way to support your team, especially if you've got new admins that are figuring things out and starting to learn the system. To add the help text, just pop a description in when you are creating or editing that custom field. The description shows up as a little tooltip when someone hovers over the question mark icon on your form, as we can see here. And if any of your admins are using the platform in a different language, that help text will automatically translate them from to, which is a really nice bonus. We also have a top tip. Keep your custom field description short and clear and jargon-free, please. So it's just really easy for people to look at and see at a glance and understand. So those are our 3 headlines, but that isn't all that was included in our spring release. There are all of the honorable mentions as well, of course. So did I get our honorable mentions then? Here. So
those are the major ones.
These are our major ones.
This is a wonderful.
So going over to our honorables. So if you find yourself scheduling the same course over and over again, like many of us do, you might like this one. The reoccurring courses feature is now available in your class and web data grid, and it helps you to schedule a bunch of courses all at once. From your data grid, you can click that little arrow and it'll take you to the green Add Course button and select Add Reoccurring Course. From there, you can choose which course you're scheduling. You can set your default option like the duration, the cost, the trainer, and then you can pick how you want it to repeat. You can run it every Wednesday, every second Monday, or a specific day of every year. Once you're happy, hit that save and it'll create all your scheduled courses in one go. Magic. We've added a new click to view option to items in the audit log. This gives you a really quick shortcut to the items itself, so you can preview it in more detail. You can edit it if you need to make those changes, or you can open it directly in the data grid to take further action from there. It's a small change to the page, but it's one that really should save people a lot of time. The training administrator role is now automatically linked to the super administrator role. This means super admins can now access anything that's been set up specifically for training administrators. This includes exclusive dashboards or payment methods without needing that extra role being added to their account. And finally, you can now use your delegate custom fields on e-learning and document delegate forms too, not just for classroom and webinar delegates. Big cheer. That means that you can view and update the same custom information across all types of delegates in your platform. In this example here, you can see that we have the learning style field available when editing an e-learning delegate. So here's a recap of our honorable mentions. We have recurring courses available from the course data grid. We have shortcuts added to audits. We have update to the administrator roles, and we have delegate custom fields available for e-learning and document delegates. The full details of all of these and all the other features that didn't quite make the cut for this webinar have been detailed on our What's New page in the knowledge base. Please get in touch with a member of the accessplanit team if you need a link for this. Can I just say I'm loving the emojis. We've not
I
seen
know,
those
it's
before. We
cute.
have little hearts rising up from
And
the
they just
screen.
float. It's really cute.
It's so nice.
We've got another one now. You're fishing for hearts.
Yeah, always. Over to you, Elo.
Right. So we're going to go through the now, next, later. So very briefly, because you probably fed up of me of always saying the same. Well, if you come to these webinars, you'll be fed up of me saying these things. But you never know because we have new customers. So very briefly explaining what the now, next, later is. It's a roadmap. So it's the plan of where we're going and the stages of when are we going to get there, hopefully. It's very flexible and dynamic. So rather than say in September we're going to be doing this and in October we're going to be doing this, it's not so linear. So in the things that are on the now are things that we are working on. So they're under active development. The things that are on the next are things that are nearly there, ready to be started working on. And then the things that are on the later, they are a bit more, like I like saying, fluffy. So they're things that are taking shape. So that's kind of the three, in a very quick way, the three stages of the roadmap. Then there is another stage, which is the under consideration, which are even more fluffy. So things we're thinking about bringing onto the roadmap. So without further ado, I'm going to get on with it. accessplanit roadmap on the move.
On the move.
On the move. So if you haven't been here before, in these quarterly webinars, I quite like the images of this is what we presented in April when we did the last one, and then the next one. Just watch that screen. Ooh. So it basically shows how things are moving. The ideal scenario in an ideal world, which we know we don't live in an ideal world, but what we try is for things to move from later to next to now to launched. Some things take longer, so they might stay in any of those stages for a bit longer until we might hit some risks we didn't expect or some hurdles, or they might just take longer than we expected. And some things just flow through. Some other things move backwards, which is life. And some things may come out of the roadmap. So that's the flexibility of the roadmap. In an ideal world, like I say, things move that way and on to launch, but not always is like that. So if I go again, this is how we were in April. And if you see, most of the things are moving towards the left. Mm-hmm. And what I'm going to do in the next few slides is go through them, because I bet you're trying to read like what's there with it. And I'm playing with this moving everywhere. You can't, but I'm going to go through them in a little bit more detail. So the launch, all the developments and additions and enhancements that were in the now have now moved to launch, which is a few of the things Helen went through. But the calendar and the data grid views that were in the now, and they're still in the now. So we have added a few on the launch. I think I put a wiggle in there. There we go. The custom field descriptions to be displayed as help text that Helen just took you through. And some for the delegate and course custom fields will now be displayed on the detailed form for your trainers. So they were available on the data grids, and now they are available on the detailed form. And the click to view on the audit that Helen took you through. So those things weren't in the now in April, but they jump on the now and onto the launch straight. So this is also shows the flexibility. It's not necessarily things go backwards. Some things might just jump straight into now launch within this period of a quarter that we didn't do this webinar. So things move around. So on to the now. So as I said, data grid views and calendar are still in the now, and I've got some screenshots to show you some sneak peek, right, and preview. So we've been working really hard. There are two big developments, data grid views available in all data grids. It's massive, really, but it's going to bring a lot of value to you. So it's worth investing the time. And new calendar as well. We heard a lot of feedback that you had for our current one. And instead of fixing and fiddling with that one, we decided to come out with a new calendar with a lot of enhanced functionality, and it takes quite a long time because there's a lot to develop in there and test and try and then rethink, and but we're nearly there. So move from next to now, the communications data grid and booking smart grid enhancements, which I'm going to show you in a minute, and then the sign-in sheets, register, and certificates available now in data grids, and the checkout enhancements to the registration form and billing address. I'm going to show you a couple of these things. So the first one is the data grid views. This is the one I'm most excited about. Well, I get excited about everything. This is the one I'm most excited. And then the next one is like, this is the one I'm most excited. But no, this is the one I'm most excited about. I think it's going to save you lots of time. So what does a data grid view mean? If you can see in that screenshot, is now between filters and bulk edit, there's a new button called views. And of course, this is an overview because next webinar, we're going to go in detail because hopefully this feature will be out for you. So this is just an overview. But the idea is that it lets you save a set of columns and layouts, so you don't have to manually reconfigure your data grid every time your focus change.
That is going to save time.
Yes, because you know, you'll wear many hats, so you might want to do different jobs in the same data grid. And for each job, there's a set of columns that will help you and aid you to do that job, to be able to see these things. At the moment, you have to go onto your columns and remove and do, and then you have to do it again for the next job. So with this, for your core jobs, you'll be able to define your columns and save them already sorted and in the right order.
Amazing.
So yeah, that's really cool. So this feature is coming to super admins first. So if you are in this webinar and you're a super admin, you'll be able to use this before the admins. So the idea is that the super admins have a bit more time to play with it, to define them, and then on the following release, it's going to be available to everyone, and the super admins will be able to share the views with the admins. So the super admin had a bit of time to figure it out, and then the next release they can share and also teach if you need
Pass
to.
that knowledge on.
Yeah, which is cool. So the next one, so we're still in the now. I'm just going a little bit of a sneak peek from the things. The communications, I think this also will save time. You know, when you sometimes a communication was sent and you think, but why? Why did that person receive that email? At the moment, you have to do quite a lot of digging. We've added related workflow template ID and workflow title. So when you go on any of the communication data grids, you'll be able to see if the communication was triggered by workflow, which workflow, and, wait 1 minute, when it's a dynamic, the workflow title is a dynamic label. So when you click on it, you'll be able to go to see that workflow on the data grid or go and edit it.
Nice.
So again, a time saver rather than being an inspector and going, why, where, you know, and just having an ID and not be able to know which exactly is that workflow. So I think that's also a good addition. Well, I would think it's a good addition. Otherwise, it wouldn't be there, would it? Because it doesn't make the decisions. The next one is sign-in sheets, register and certificates available in data grid to bulk edit. And this is another time saver for you, because at the moment, if you need to change sign-in sheets, register or certificates, you have to go one by one in each course template, and it could be a pain if you're changing loads of them. So now those columns that are empty in that screenshot, the sign-in sheet name, register name, certificate ID, and certificate name are new columns on the course template data grid, and they're bulk editable. Ta-da! So you want to upload all these, you bulk edit, you select your new sign-in sheet, job done, rather than one by one. So I think another time saver in there. Yeah, put any other screenshot. No, we're going on to the next. So as I said, those are the things that are on there now. We're actively working in. I haven't shown you the stuff on checkout billing address and registration form, extra additional fields, just because I'm time restricted, because I will be here talking all day. If it was
we could
because
do.
it's just so involving what we do. I'm proud of what we do, so
Yeah,
I
me
could
too.
be talking all day. So if you have all day, book a session with me, and 12 hours later, no, don't. You don't want to do that. So next, what are we working on next? And this is a lot of from our connectivity part of the strategy. We're working on a lot of integrations. As you can see there, SurveyMonkey, Power BI, HubSpot, Salesforce, MailChimp, Teams, Zoom. A new one that wasn't on the list before, but it came in flying, is the new Outlook integration, Campaign Monitor. So all that from our connectivity part of the strategy, we are rocking with it. It's in the next, but we started the early work on it. So we're hoping it'll quickly move on to the now and out.
Us CSMs are particularly excited about this.
Yeah, they're pestering.
Yeah, pestering. Yeah, we really have been, but also to get the lead from you guys on the survey of what you wanted and then be able to implement it so quickly has been incredible.
That's a good point. Thank you. If you answer the survey, thank you so much, because that really informed the priority on where we're going to be doing those integrations. So thank you. If you see any of the surveys, please have your say, because we read them. Obviously,
They really
we
make a
use.
difference.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah,
it did make a
big impact.
difference to what we thought was the priority, to what you guys gave us feedback, and then we just swap a few things around. So thank you for that. Thank you for reminding me of that. So the next thing that's coming up is the commercial site. This is a sample of a site that you could build using our APIs. Well, if you have dev knowledge. I mean, I couldn't build it, but if you have in-house devs or dev knowledge, then you could build your own My Account, My Courses, or checkout using our API feeds. So what we've done is, just using the API feeds, build a sample commercial site and documentation. So it's really good for guidance, to know what works best, and things to help you if you want to go down that route. So that one is also on the next.
Let's see what's possible.
Yeah, everything is possible.
Everything is possible.
Multi-select custom fields, and the custom fields for resource requirements and product and services were in the next and stayed in the next. And then, as I mentioned before, the data grid sharing is in the next. So data grids are going for super admins, and the following for sharing. And on the later, we have a clone report engine and dashboard enhancements. Those, a lot of people don't really use report engine, and it's a really powerful tool. And we were digging around, why do people not use it? And we realized there were a few things missing, and so we're doing some tweaks. We are adding a bit of functionality, so hopefully a lot more people can use it, because it's quite easy and intuitive to use. So hopefully you'll find it more useful, and you'll be able to make more use of report engine and the enhancements in dashboards as well. Clone course templates and clone courses has gone out the roadmap. That was on the later. I like to be honest, because there's no point being sneaky, is it? That was in the roadmap and it's gone out. When we started shaping it more, we found quite a lot of tricky bits that would take a huge amount of time to figure out. So it's just gone for now. Doesn't mean it's gone forever. And like I said, things are flexible. They might just come flying to the next. But at the moment, they've just gone out the roadmap. And then what else? Clone email templates stay there. And the custom fields for products and services purchased, I did say this.
Yeah, did you say about the tax rates? Because that one is...
The tax rates, we at the moment is gone to the under consideration. Yeah, we need to have more thoughts about it. We started looking into it, and tax is, I was going to say complicated, I'm not sure complicated, more complex thing, because depending the countries, there's quite a lot of rules in it. So we feel it needs a lot more thought. So we moved it to the under consideration. So it's moved backwards.
So that we can do some more research and
Yes, 100%.
figure out what everybody wants, because everybody wants something different.
Trying to solve the most amount of problems with our development rather than just go quick and solve the issue for a couple of customers, and then there's others that we don't. You know, it needs more thinking.
Yeah.
Well, it needs more thinking through. So then now the last little bit is the AI. So are you wondering what are they doing with AI? Are you thinking? We are you?
Everyone's thinking about AI, hello.
Yes, because AI is not even the future, is it now, isn't it? So what was decided is that we won't just put some shiny thing saying AI with the little stars, you know, like the little symbol, and click here for AI, and it actually doesn't do much for you and doesn't add a lot of value. So rather than do that a lot of people have done, putting a just throwing something just to say they're doing AI. We are working really hard behind the scenes to use AI to improve the jobs and remove the friction and increase all the productivity and the insight. So rather than saying we added AI, we may say we've added a way to, or we added a forecasting or scheduling, or so which is powered by AI, and that's what we're working on. Is it's very intense.
Meaningful additions,
yes. Yes, so, and I put here a quote from, this is Dave, our manager director, and also he's the head of product. By focusing on real business challenges, we ensure AI is an enabler, not just another feature. Quoted. Yeah, he was yesterday like, oh, I've never been quoted before. He's like, oh, this is the first time.
Nice.
So AI behind the scenes is my last slide, and we're working really hard on this, you know, the architecture, and we're thinking it through, not to do something rushed and that doesn't add value. So yeah, watch your space. I think I'm the last one now. Oh no, I need to speed up. If you probably know all this, but what way have you got to have your say is interact with us on the product portal. You can go on the help and find the product roadmap and product suggestions link that will take you to the product portal that will look something like this, with all the tabs for the now, next, later, and the consideration, and on the far left, the launch things. And you can click in between the tabs to see what's on each stage. I update this all the time. So if something moves forwards or backwards or flies in, I update it there and then. So this is up to date at all times. So yeah, interact with it. So in each of these cards, each of these things, which are called cards, is each of the new developments or enhancements we are that are under our roadmap. When you click on them, you can tell us there, yes, I think this is great, and it will solve, or I think this won't solve my problem, and this is the problem I have. If you tell us why do you need this feature, what problem will it solve, the more you tell us about it, the more likely it is that we take that into consideration and will, within the development, we'll absorb what you're saying. So please tell me. I read this every week. So, and I know I don't know if anyone from arts is here, but yesterday I saw one suggestion putting, hi, Elu, because I know I read it. And I thought, oh, that's cute.
That is really
rather than
nice.
Just send it to the black box. They were
That's
personalized. Yes, I thought that was really cute.
It's a direct link to you.
I don't remember
That's why
who it
that's
was,
so important.
Yeah. Anyway, so vote in there. Also, if you vote, then you'll get updates. And if you haven't found what you're looking for, submit a new idea with a button on the top right. And everything that we've launched is in the what's new, which is in the launch. If you click, there's a card that says what's new. When you click on this card, there's links to the very detailed knowledge base of step-by-step, screenshots, what to do, and everything. 1 minute. Okay. Right. So if you have any questions, please submit them on the Q&A and we will reply. I think we don't know, we know.
think we're done. Thank you so much for spending your morning with us. We will see you again very, very soon.
Yes. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.